Let's cross now to New York, where Cetin Ibrahim, Sinmazisik, a retired New York City corrections captain, joins us now live. Thanks so much for being with us. We know, this has been a perpetual problem in the United States, but I want to get your opinion on how much of it you think is really based in racism and how much is it police abusing their power and using excessive force.
I think that it's more of a community-based problem where we don't have enough police that grew up within our communities and have been raised in our communities.
Okay, give me an example. Where do you see that becoming a failure of the system?
Okay, if you're in the inner city, let's say New York City, if you hire from outside of New York City, from suburban areas, then the people that come here are not, I don't think they're going to understand the people that live here. So the people that live here should be the ones that are serving the people of this community. I think it would alleviate a lot of problems.
Okay, so do you think it's more of a problem of the distribution of the forces that are there and not applying them in the right areas, or a problem with recruiting people from the areas that need policing?
I think it's also a problem of police departments deciding their own criteria of who they're going to hire, rather than to call in the community and decide that criteria together.
Okay, so I mean, you're describing a serious systemic problem here in the police forces that goes all the way down really to the roots. And there's also this issue here with the culture police have once they are part of the force of protecting each other, often protecting sometimes bad cops because there's a fraternity of sorts, there's a brotherhood of sorts. So how can that be addressed? How can police be held more accountable when they step outside the law, abuse the law, and instead of being protected by a fraternity there, they are held to account?
I think it starts with instruction at the academy. I think the teachers at the academy have to install into the police officers, that something that's wrong is wrong, no matter who does it. That has to be taught at the police academy.
And they're not teaching that now?
I don't see them putting a big emphasis. Recently they have been. It's been getting a lot better. But I really think that most police officers should work within the jail system first and understand what the jail system is all about, and then come out into the street. They'll have a much better idea of how to deal with people on the outside also.
Okay, do you think, though, for example, an example needs to be made of officers like the ones in the case of George Floyd in Minneapolis? They need to be held entirely to account so that officers across the country understand you cannot step outside the law, step outside your basic training, and decide to treat perpetrators or alleged suspects in any way other than what you have specifically been trained to do and protect their lives.
Absolutely. They always should have been treated like that. Anybody that breaks the law, whether it's a policeman or a civilian, should have to answer and be punished accordingly. Doesn't matter who it is. If what's wrong is wrong, that's why those other 3 officers need to be punished too. They're just as liable for Mr. Floyd dying as the police officer who put his knee on his neck for 8 minutes.
Okay, just to be clear, I mean, there really is a problem, you're saying, in the police forces with a lack of accountability, because that case was caught on camera. The whole world got to see exactly what those officers had done, but a lot of cases are not videotaped. And as we'll hear many of the minority communities in particular explain, they will see that kind of abuse of power happen consistently, and nothing is ever done. Even if complaints are filed, they're not following up because police continue to protect each other.
That's why we need accountability. We need to find out, who are they stopping? Who are they searching? Who are they pulling over?
And just quickly,
Why
how
are
would you suggest doing that? Is there a simple way?
Yes, look through their records. Find out who they're pulling over. If they're pulling over twice as many minorities as they are white people, then you pull them in and you ask them, why have you pulled over twice as many minorities as you have non-minority or white people?
Okay, Cetin Sinmazisik, thank you so much for joining us there from New York. We really appreciate it.